Hey, it's Sunskulk11 with another Q&A. Been a while since the last one, and this is actually just going to be answering a single question, but it's a really big question. It's going to take a while, so that's why I'm dedicating a whole video to it. So I was asked, what is my favorite Pokemon of each type? So for this, I figured this Q&A could use a little more visuals since it's going to be listing a lot of stuff. So for the Pokemon that I'm going to mention, well, the Pokemon that I have Lego figures of already, I'm going to be showing those as I talk about the Pokemon that are my favorites of each type. I don't have every single one of these made, so I won't be able to use all of them for visuals. But starting off, of course, with my favorite Pokemon. So, what is my favorite fire type? That would be Typhlosion, of course. Since Typhlosion is my favorite Pokemon, that one was a very easy one to answer. I really need to remake this Lego Typhlosion. So what is my favorite grass type? That one would be Serperior. The Serperior needs to be updated. I mentioned that in my last top 10 video of stuff that needs to be updated. Yeah, so Serperior is my favorite grass type. I believe I mentioned it in that top 10 video also, but Serperior is one of my favorite Pokemon of all time. But it actually wasn't one of my favorites back when I first played Gen 5. It wasn't until Gen 7 that it actually became one of my favorites. So favorite water type is Jellicent. I don't have a Lego Jellicent to show. Well, I mean, I have one, but it's complete junk and really old, which was also mentioned in that top 10 video. Yeah, so favorite water type is Jellicent, though Milotic is a close second for that. Favorite flying type is Mega Charizard Y and Charizard in general. So Charizard has always been one of my favorites. Not my favorite fire type, of course, since Typhlosion is my favorite. But for flying, it makes it to my favorite. And also going to, even though some Pokemon may be my favorites for multiple types, I'm only going to mention them once per type. So like Mimikyu is my favorite fairy and ghost. But since I'm going to be listing it for fairy, I'm going to have a different ghost type mentioned. But yeah, so favorite fairy type is Mimikyu. Mimikyu is also my second favorite Pokemon of all time. Favorite electric type, that would be Alolan Raichu. I don't like regular Raichu all that much, but I do like regular Raichu more than Pikachu, at least. I really don't like Pikachu at all. It's way too oversaturated. Pikachu is everywhere, and it's so annoying. There's so many things that could get more attention than Pikachu. But anyway, here is Alolan Raichu, the Alolan Raichu that I made. What is my favorite steel type? That would be Scizor, and especially Mega Scizor. Now, these are old, and the designs need to be remade, but just showing them for visuals, since I do have them decent enough to be showing for visuals of representing Scizor. Of course, I could have just gone and saved pictures of every single Pokemon that I was going to mention, and then just put those images up on screen, but that would have taken a lot more editing work, so I decided to just use the Lego Pokemon that I have available. It was a lot easier. Favorite dark type? That would be Zoroark. This being the most recent Lego Pokemon that I've made. Favorite ground type? That was a bit hard to figure out for that one, but I'd have to say Gliscor. I don't have a Gliscor to show for this one, but yeah, Gliscor would be favorite ground type. Favorite rock type would be Lycanroc, particularly the day form, though I also like dusk form. I mean, I like all the Lycanroc forms, but day form is my favorite. Favorite ice type, I don't have this to show, but Kyurem, particularly Black Kyurem, is my favorite ice type. Ghost type, I don't have this to show either, but Chandelure is my favorite ghost type besides Mimikyu, since I already mentioned Mimikyu for Fairy, didn't want to mention it twice. So yeah, Chandelure would be favorite ghost type that isn't Mimikyu. For normal type, this one's a bit cheating. Silvally, it can technically be every type, and my favorite type for Silvally is water. I like the design of water Silvally the best, but figured I should mention it as normal type, since that is the default. And if Silvally is cheating, then probably Mega Lopunny and Lopunny would be favorite normal type. Favorite bug type, I have a Volcarona, I believe, but it's pretty old and not worth showing, so not going to show that for bug, but favorite bug type is Volcarona, and Scizor would be favorite bug type if it wasn't already listed for steel type, so Volcarona is technically second favorite bug type. Favorite poison type is Nidoking, though I also really like Crobat. Favorite fighting type, that would be Gallade. This one's pretty old, but it still holds up decently. Though Blaziken is a very close second for favorite fighting type. I also really like Infernape too. So fighting type was a pretty hard one to decide on, because I got a lot of fighting types that I really like. Favorite psychic type is Delphox. And this would be probably my third favorite fire type. Actually, no, Blaziken and Infernape are ahead of Delphox for fire type. But Delphox and Gardevoir are some of my favorite psychic types. Also Victini, I really like Victini. And lastly, favorite dragon type. So, not sure if this counts, but favorite dragon type overall is Mega Charizard X. If Mega Charizard does not count as favorite dragon type, since it is a Mega and doesn't have dragon type by default, then otherwise it would be Goodra is my favorite dragon. So that's all my favorite Pokemon of every type. I could probably do a top 10 favorite Pokemon video also, as in my actual favorite Pokemon and not favorites of stuff that I've built. But that one would be hard to come up with exactly which ones are the most favorites, because I have a lot of favorite Pokemon. But if there's any other questions that you want answered in a Q&A video, then leave them in the comments. There is one that I'll try to get to that I got already about favorite villagers in Animal Crossing. I'll get to that in the next Q&A video once I have a few more questions. But this one was going to be too long, so I wanted to dedicate a whole video to this instead of including answers to other questions in here. So, see you next time!